In a post-COVID world, it can seem challenging to find the inspiration that you seek. But it's out there. Sometimes in your own backyard. Can't use my laptop right now because it's running an important scan and it's going to take several hours. So I figured, let me go out and about and film some video, and I decided what better thing to do right now than to actually share a little bit about how I find my inspiration, and also especially on finding inspiration in a post-COVID world. We all know about the pandemic, but and I know there's a lot of creatives out there who are probably writing stories and films and everything like that about pandemics. My topics are more escapist. It's like I write science fiction and I write supernatural thrillers, and I think, at least for me, it's like I think there's just a lot of people who just want to escape the news right now. What's going on in the world, and between COVID and politics, just I think people want stories that they can escape in. So this is kind of where I'm going to be taking you guys on this video is going to be a lot of how and where I find my inspiration, especially in a time when traveling really is not really all that safe. So I've done a lot of traveling in the past, and I much prefer to experience something in person to be inspired by it for potentially for like a novel or a story. A lot of inspiration in the water. And from storms that roll through at a moment's notice, showing us the power of Mother Nature and the inspiration that comes from things like that. I travel around areas in my own neck of the woods to where I can find inspiration, whatever it may be, whether it may be trees like the ones that's behind me, bodies of water, architecture, buildings. I consider myself lucky where I live. I found a lot of inspiration throughout the city, and I am inspired by local architecture. I I'm inspired by going to cemeteries and seeing, artistic statues and all kinds of things that are all around. I'm inspired by the ocean. I'm inspired by lakes and big, huge old trees. But in the Orlando area, I think it's an area that I consider myself particularly lucky to believe in, because I think some of the biggest storytellers in the business are right here. You've got Disney, you've got Universal, and so it's not just, all the things that can be all around the city, right in your own backyard, that can be inspiring, which is one of the things, especially in a post-COVID world, that I wanted this video to kind of show that, sometimes taking the big picture and breaking it down to its small details, you can see little things here and there that you might find inspiring. Like the hanging Spanish moss and all the giant trees that are around here, I find inspiring, and I've used it in several of my videos. So I search for things that stand out, things that are different, that make sense, that don't at all. Some may wonder why I find Icon Park to be inspiring. It's like, oh, it's just a big, huge observation wheel. A lot of cities around the world have these observation wheels. Gives you a bird's eye view. And that's something I find mighty inspiring.
When everybody says you're right, when the only thing...
I'm not asking anyone to be inspired by some things that I'm inspired by. We all are living in this post-COVID world. And all the little quirky things that are in our cities and right in our backyards are still there, waiting to inspire us.
Ooh, oh, and open up your heart and let your dreams come out. That's the only way. There are those who make demands with empty hearts and open hands.